Let's start this yin session in a comfortable seated position. Sit in any way or form that you can hold for a couple of minutes. Bring your hands onto your knees or onto your thighs. Close your eyes and lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling deeply through your nose. And take these first couple of breaths to see how you have arrived on your mat. Have a look to see if you are aware of any tension that may be hiding in your body. This tension may be on a physical level in your muscles, or maybe on a more emotional level. How is your mood today? Take note of any feelings that may arise. Let's set an intention for our yin practice today. This class will have a lot of openings. So maybe your intention will be to open your mind and to open your heart to new possibilities. And allow your breath to flow gently. Bringing your right hand onto your chest and your left hand onto your stomach. Try to breathe in a manner that moves both hands. Inhaling and moving your left hand on your stomach. Inhaling deeper so that you can move your right hand that is on your chest. And exhaling so that your right hand sinks first and your left hand follows. Using these deep breaths to quiet your mind. Using these breaths to find stillness in your mind, in your breath, and in your body. And gently open your eyes and come into a tabletop position. Inhaling, opening your chest, and exhaling, becoming round. Inhale, open your chest. And exhale, becoming round. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths, so feel free to move or breathe in a manner that feels comfortable for you. Your breath is still relaxed. Your movements are soft. And if it feels good for you to move in a different way, then feel free to do so. Maybe making gentle circles with your body, mobilizing your spine, gently preparing yourself for the practice that's coming. Your movements are soft. Your breathing is relaxed. And don't forget to change direction if you were moving in circles. Come back into the middle, open your knees, mat width apart. Sink your hips towards your heels and bring your left arm under your right, bringing your left shoulder down towards the mat and relaxing your right arm out in front of you. If this is too deep for you, feel free to place your left shoulder on a blanket, on a pillow. And if it's too soon for your hips, then feel free to place a blanket between your calf muscles, your calves and your hips. Giving yourself here some assistance. And while we're in the poses, make it your intention to keep your mind clear. Maybe coming a little bit deeper here, placing your right hand on the mat, pressing gently so you can open your shoulder a little deeper. Listening for your breath. And maybe going a little further, bringing your right arm behind your back, allowing your shoulder to open a little bit more. Nothing is forced here. Make sure that you are comfortable and that you're still able to breathe in a gentle manner. If anything feels uncomfortable, then come back one step. Maybe bring your hand back onto the mat And slowly bring your left arm out. Your right arm behind your left. Bring your right shoulder down onto the mat. We're going to start with the left arm straightened out on the mat. Relaxed. Becoming aware of how this side may differ to the other. Accepting that maybe you need help on this side. And bringing your right shoulder onto a blanket or onto a pillow. Listening to any cues that your body may be giving you. Bringing your left hand onto the mat, allowing your left shoulder to open a little deeper. Always aware of how your breath is flowing through your body. Aware of these subtle cues your body is giving you. If you would like to go even deeper here, bring your left arm behind your back. Let your left shoulder deepen in the opening. Nothing here is forced. Slowly bring your left hand back onto the mat. And bring your right arm back out, coming back into your tabletop position and going through a few cat-cow breaths here, rounding with the exhale and opening with the inhale. Bring your toes up onto the mat and sit onto your heels, your hands on your thighs, and allow your shoulders to sink heavy down towards the mat. This one is a bit challenging, but we want to open in the space of your foot. Make sure here that although the tension may be building in your lower body, that your shoulders stay away from your ears. If at any point this becomes painful, come out and feel free to go back in again. Notice, however, that your discomfort and any possible pain are not the same. Breathe into the discomfort. Breathe into any spaces that you may be feeling this. We're only here a little bit longer. Soften your jaw. Relax your face. quiet the voice in your head. And slowly come out. And bring gentle circular movements with your feet. And sitting back onto your heels, this time with the back of your foot on the mat. Bring your hands behind your back and lift your knees. So the previous foot exercise, we wanted to open the soles of our feet. And now we're opening the front side. You can stay with your hands on the mat, or maybe leaning so far back that you can bring your forearms down onto the mat. And even though your knees may not be far from the mat, try to become aware of the sensation in the front of your foot, opening in your ankle, strengthening in this space. Feel free to come out and to sink back into the position at any time. Becoming aware of the difference and the discomfort you may be feeling. Breathe into any spaces where you feel tension. And then slowly sink your knees back down onto the mat. Back in your tabletop and giving your feet a couple of more circles. And bring your blocks onto the mat. If you don't have blocks at home, grab a couple of books or anything that will give you some height here. Bring your right foot on the outside of your right hand. And if you need assistance here in your left knee, feel free to bring a blanket underneath it. Your shoulders are back, your chest is open. And make sure here that your right knee stays above your ankle. Or maybe that your right foot is a little bit further forward. Try not to sink between your shoulders. And allow your hips to sink down towards the mat while still staying active in the position. Don't hang in your hips. Your back foot, your left foot, you can either have the balls of your feet onto the mat or maybe have your foot placed down. See what feels comfortable for you here in your foot and in your hip. And feeling free to stay on your hands or maybe coming down onto your forearms. Whatever position you decide to go into, make sure you're not sinking between your shoulders. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into this space that we are opening. And maybe going one step further, by bringing your forearms down onto the mat. You are not forced here to do anything. If it is too deep, then come back onto your blocks or onto your books. Maybe coming back onto your hands. Don't force anything. Listen to your body. And allow your body to be the one to give you the cues of pain and discomfort. Allow your mind to remain still. Focusing on your breaths. And making sure your jaw is soft, that your face is relaxed. And slowly coming back onto your hands. Bring your right leg behind you and sink back into child's pose. Your arms relaxed out in front of you, your hips towards your heels, and feel the difference between your right and your left side. No judgment here. Just aware of the space. Slowly come back into tabletop and bring your left foot on the outside of your left hand, grabbing once again to your blocks or your books and checking to see if you need support under your right knee, either with the balls of your feet up on the mat or your foot down on the mat. Your hands on your blocks, your shoulders back from your ears, making sure your chest stays open here. Your gaze only so far in front of you so that you don't bring any stress and strain into your neck. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into your hips, but not so deep that you're hanging. And maybe coming a little bit deeper onto your forearms, or maybe deeper for you means taking away the blocks, removing the books and bring your hands onto the mat. There should not be any sensation of pain. If after a few breaths you still feel that your hips are hurting or you feel pain in your hips or in your lower back, lift yourself a little higher. If it feels okay for you, go one step further by bringing your forearms down onto the mat. Making sure your left knee stays above or slightly behind your left ankle. Making sure you are not sinking between your shoulders. And becoming aware of any sensation that you may be feeling from this opening. Your hips hold many secrets. Don't shut them out though. Don't judge anything. Just feel. Slowly coming back onto your hands, bring your left foot back behind you, and once again sinking into your child's pose. Your arms relaxed in front of you, and allow yourself to feel the difference once again in your hips and in your lower back, without judgment. Breathing into the space that we created. Allowing new energy to flow into your hips, into your lower back. And then take a seat on your mat. Bringing your right leg over your left. Feel free to use a blanket between your legs. Your feet are out to the side, your right foot over to the left side, your left foot over to the right, your hands on either side of you. Allow your right leg to sink heavy down towards your left. Feeling this on the outer side of your right hip. Lengthening through your spine, your shoulders away from your ears. Your breathing is soft, and gently sink lower, maybe crawling with your hands a little further forward toward your knees, maybe further, and allow your upper body to sink down onto your right leg, if this is too much weight for your hip, if the sensation has crossed discomfort into pain. Lift your upper body. Remove the weight from your right leg. In each position that we go through, make sure that you can breathe in a relaxed state. Allow your breath to be your guide. Allow this pent-up energy in your hip to release. The tension to release. And breathe in fresh energy into this opening, into this space that we are creating. Slowly come up. Lean back into your hands and place both feet onto the mat and gently sway your legs from side to side. Bringing your right foot over to the left side, your left leg on top this time and your foot over to the right. Grabbing a hold of your blanket if you feel that you need it. Placing it between your legs. Your hands on either side of you. Creating length in your spine. Feel free to sink your chin towards your chest. Become aware of any differences that you feel on your left side in comparison to the right. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into the forward fold, only as far as it stays pain-free in your hip. The discomfort is often only in your mind. Allow your mind to stay focused on your breath so that your body can do its work, releasing the tension. We are working at a deep muscular level. And only through relaxation of your mind and of your muscles can we find this sweet spot. Slowly coming back up, leaning into your hands behind you and gently swaying your legs once again from side to side. grabbing a hold of a pillow and coming onto your mat in the sideways position. Your knees out to the side and the pillow under your pelvis. Your feet are either in line with your knees, this deepens the stretch. Or maybe if you're not here yet, if this is too much, allow your feet to bend towards your hips, towards your buttocks. This is a very deep opening in your hips. The line between discomfort and pain is very thin here. Feel free to maybe stay a bit higher with your upper body. Breathe into your hips. Allow your breath to take you over this discomfort. Find the place of stillness in your mind. Feel free to come out of this position a bit earlier if you need to. And only opening your legs, your knees as far apart from each other so that you find the balance between discomfort and pain in your hips and in this opening. It should not, under any circumstances, be painful. It is uncomfortable, I am aware of that. And change doesn't happen from a place of comfort. Slowly bring your hands closer to you. Bring your knees closer to each other. And in your tabletop position, feel free to move in gentle circles with your hips. And changing direction. And then once again taking a seat on your mat. Bring your blocks or your books next to your side. Your pillow if you need it. And come onto your back. And bring your block under your hips. Your feet are on the mat. Your arms are next to your side. And your eyes are closed. feel the opening that we just did in our hips, in our groin area. Become aware of how this feels in your body right now. Soften your shoulders. Soften your jaw and your face. And then maybe turning your block a little bit higher so your hips lift higher. We're still in a supported bridge pose. Find a depth that feels comfortable for you here. Remind yourself continuously that your breath needs to remain soft. That your breath is leading you through this practice. Become aware of any tension that you may feel in your body. Following the flow of your breath. Your jaw is still soft. Your shoulders are relaxed. And sink your block back down onto the first level we were at. And stretch your legs out in front of you, relaxed on the mat. Your feet naturally opened out to the side. Opening and relaxing the front of your body, from your stomach muscles to your hips to your thighs, gently opening in this space. Allow your breath to stay in the forefront of your thoughts, so that your mind remains quiet. Feel the way your body moves with your breath. How your chest lifts with the inhalation and how it sinks with your exhale. Bring your feet slowly back into the mat, lifting your hips so you can bring your block out from under you. Sinking your hips back down to the mat and bring your knees towards your chest. Gently swaying from side to side. And grabbing a hold of your block. And either using both blocks or books or one pillow, bring one of the blocks between your shoulder blades. And either your pillow or the second block behind your head. The soles of your feet are together. Allow your shoulders to sink down towards the mat and your chest to open up towards the ceiling. Your feet are only as near to your pelvis as is comfortable in your hips. So you can deepen this opening by bringing your feet closer to you. Or you can relax in this opening by allowing your feet to go further away from your body. If the block is too much between your shoulder blades, feel free to roll up a blanket or have a pillow between your shoulder blades, but something so that your chest bone is higher up, that your shoulders are able to sink deeper. Breathe into this space. Allow your breaths to flow deeply so that the muscles in your chest open more actively. Make sure that your jaw stays relaxed. That your face is soft. slowly turning over to one side. And lifting your upper body so that you can remove your blocks or remove the help you had under you. And coming back onto a flat back. Your knees towards your chest. And gently swaying your legs from side to side or making small circles. And bring your right leg over your left. Allow your hips to shimmy over to the right side. And let both legs sink to the left side of your mat. If this variation of this pose is too deep, feel free to bring a block under your right knee or to release your legs. Maybe choosing a different angle of this pose. Try to have both shoulder blades sink down towards the mat. If this is too much or if it's just not suitable for today, then bring your right hand onto your chest or onto your hip so that you're not creating any tension in your shoulder. We just opened here, so we don't want to bring the tension back in. Breathe into any sensations that you may be feeling now, whether on a physical level, in your muscles or in your body, or on an emotional level. Maybe the openings brought something up to the surface level. Don't judge anything that you may be feeling right now. Everything has its process and everything has its purpose. Allow the process. Slowly come back into the middle. We're going to switch legs, bringing your left over your right, your hips over to the left side, and sinking both legs over to the right. Making use of your block under your left knee if you need it. Where possible, both shoulder blades relaxed on the mat. But feeling free to come into your variation of this pose. Breathing into any sensation that you may feel on this side. Your body saves energy and tension in its own way. So your left side may be more tense or less so than your right side. This is okay. And become aware of anything you may be feeling. Aware of your breath, of your body, and your mind. And slowly coming back into the middle. Allowing your legs to straighten out in front of you. Maybe grabbing a hold of a blanket. And covering your legs or your upper body as you feel the need right now. Your heels, your hips, your shoulder blades and the back of your head. Sink heavy down to the mat. Through the intense and deep muscular openings that we did in each of the yin poses in our practice today, we allowed movement of the energy to become possible. By releasing these knots of tension on a deeper muscular level, we made it possible for the flow of energy to be reborn. We made it possible for our muscles to be taken care of on a deeper level. Integrate some form of yin or deep stretch into your daily practice to keep your muscles healthy, flexible, to keep the flow of energy moving through your body. Become aware of how you're feeling now at the end of our practice. Aware of the way your breath is flowing through your body. And allow your breath to become deeper. bringing movements in your hands and your feet. And turning over one side. And then coming up into a seated position. Your hands in front of your chest, your eyes are closed. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today.